Are you afraid to comment online these days? To post a meme? To joke about a public figure? Or just to speak your mind about what's really going on in Zambia? You're not alone. A lot of creators and regular users are confused. Everyone's asking, what exactly is this new cyber law about? And yes, the government has responded. But let's be honest, their explanations sound like they were written for PhD students, not the average Zambian citizen. So what's happening? People are filling the gap with half-truths, spreading fear and straight-up misinforming the public, spreading panic online. That's where we come in. We're here to break down the cyber law in a simple, honest, and relatable way. No complexity, no fear, just facts you can actually understand. So grab your snack, get comfortable, and let's get into it. Now let's start with the basics. But what is cyber law? Let's break it down like this. A law is a set of rules made by the government to guide how people behave in society. Cyber refers to anything related to computers, the internet, and digital technology. So put the two together, and what do you get? A cyber law is simply the law of the internet world. It's the set of rules and regulations that govern how we use the internet, computers, mobile phones, and digital platforms, like Facebook, TikTok, WhatsApp, and even email. It protects people from online crimes and misuse of technology, and also tells us what not to do online. Alright, now that we know what cyber law means, let's talk about what's actually happening in Zambia. Originally, back in 2021, there was just one big law, the Cybersecurity and Cybercrimes Act number 2 of 2021. But in 2025, the government decided to split that law into two separate pieces of legislation to make things clearer and more specialized. So now we have two new acts. First, the Cybersecurity Act number 3 of 2025. This one focuses on protecting Zambia's digital systems and national security. It's about building defenses for our land of work and joy. 2. The Cybercrimes Act number 4 of 2025. This one is about punishing crimes that happen online. So it deals with what happens when someone commits crimes like online fraud, when someone tricks you into sending money or clicking on fake links. Child exploitation, when adults use the internet to target children for abuse or illegal content. Fake news, when someone spreads lies online on purpose to cause confusion or damage someone's reputation. Hacking, when someone breaks into your phone, Facebook, email, or bank app without permission. Identity theft, when someone pretends to be you online, using your name or photos to scam people. Cyberbullying, when someone insults, threatens, or embarrasses you online just to hurt you. Keep in mind, cyberbullying is not just insulting someone or arguing online. It's when someone repeatedly uses the internet, messages, or posts to deliberately hurt, humiliate, threaten, or harass another person in a serious way. It's not about one joke or one mean comment. It's about constant, targeted attacks meant to damage someone's mental health, reputation, or safety. Now let's talk about the part that's caused the most noise, the idea that the Zambian government is now spying on you 24/7. Some people think that just by being in Zambia, the government can read your texts, emails, or listen in on your calls. It's gone so far that the US Embassy in Zambia even issued a public warning to its citizens. Here's what they said. This law requires ICT companies to proactively intercept all electronic communications, to assess if they include any transmission of critical information. That sounds scary, right? But let's clear this up. In a televised interview, Zambia's Foreign Affairs Minister, Mulambo Haimbe, made it very clear.
There's been this suggestion that perhaps these laws are aimed at being intrusive towards you, myself, and anybody else that comes into this country. That Zambia, when you fly in and land as a tourist tomorrow, then it means someone will be tapping into your phone, your emails, your laptop, and all these things because of these cybersecurity laws. I'd like to read one key provision of the new Cybersecurity Act number 3 of 2025, recently enacted, and that's the provision relating to prohibition of interception of communication. So, Section 22, a person shall not knowingly and without willful authority intercept, attempt to intercept, or procure another person to intercept or attempt to intercept any communication, or use or attempt to procure another person to use or attempt to use electronic software, mechanical or other device to intercept communication.
Section 22 of the Cybersecurity Act itself actually prohibits anyone, even the government, from intercepting your communication without lawful authority. Section 29 explains that lawful interception only happens if a law enforcement officer gets a court order from a high court judge, and only if there's evidence of a serious crime. Zambia's technology minister, Mr. Felix Mutati, also confirmed this.
And let me re-emphasize that this bill does not allow for you to intercept either randomly or in mass unless you have got a bona fide court order. And that is how civilized society actually operates.
The Zambian government is not spying on innocent people. The law is there to catch criminals who hide behind keyboards to commit cybercrimes. And here's something most people don't know. Zambia's law is based on international frameworks like the Budapest Convention, a global treaty that sets rules for fighting cybercrime. The Malabo Convention, a major African treaty that protects digital rights, privacy, and cybersecurity. By aligning with these, Zambia is saying, we're not just making up laws, we're following international standards. So here's the truth that matters most. No, the government can't just monitor you for posting memes or criticizing a politician or simply speaking your mind. Yes, they need a legal reason and a judge's approval to intercept anyone's private communication. So as long as you're not out here committing cybercrime, you're not the target. Alright, now let's dive deeper into the Cybercrimes Act. Let's first simplify. What is a crime? A crime is simply something the law says you're not allowed to do, and if you do it, there are consequences like fines or jail time. Now here's where the panic started. People are saying things like, if you say anything rude online, you'll be jailed, or even jokes and memes are now illegal. That's not true. Let's clear this up. You can still criticize the government. You can still post jokes, memes, and opinions. You can still speak your mind, even strongly, as long as it's not harmful, threatening, or false on purpose. Remember, the government is ruled by the people, and the people have the right to speak up. But here's the key. Your criticism should be based on facts, not rumors. So if you're someone who just blindly follows whatever's trending or reposts without checking, be careful. This is the time for informed voices, not just noise. Now, the Cybercrimes Act lists many actual crimes, and it's better if you take time to read them, especially if you're active online. But if that sounds like too much reading, no problem. Leave a comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel specifically. If enough people ask, we'll break down each online crime one by one in a full video series. So what's the conclusion? These laws are designed to catch the real culprits, the ones who hack accounts, steal data, spread lies on purpose, harass or blackmail others, exploit children, commit fraud online. If you're a good, responsible citizen, you have nothing to fear. Just be mindful of what you post, respectful to others, and most importantly, know your rights as a digital user. Go read the Cybersecurity Act and the Cybercrimes Act for yourself. You'll be surprised. It's not what the fear posts make it seem. Until next time, stay informed, stay safe, and stay free online.